Hello, everyone. I'm Phineas Tremaine, and today I'm going to be giving you the weekly commentary for General Hospital. But first, if you haven't done so, please take a minute to subscribe. If you have subscribed, thank you very much. I do appreciate it. Please hit that like button so YouTube knows the General Soap fans. And we have early access for members as well as our live shows on Friday, where you get all the spoilers for all of the soaps in advance. And once again, it's my birthday month. So it would be a great present if you at least gave the membership a try, because we would love to have you. Now we're going to go on ahead and talk about General Hospital, where Drew officially made his announcement on July 4th that he is running for Congress. And everybody was happy, and except for Tracy. And but we're going to move on to something that was a hell of a lot more interesting, which is Nina confiding in Sasha that her and Drew had been hooking up, because this was an important, because later in the episode, something I've been talking about for months, where I kept pointing out that Willow had more scenes with Drew than she did with Michael. They were always at the pool, and she was getting advice about her kids' swimming lessons. And Willow and Drew had been so close that this was not a shock to me. On social media, yeah, there were people that were shocked that Drew and Willow kissed. No, Willow loves Michael. She would never kiss Drew. She would never hook up with Drew. And I've been saying, like, if you're paying attention and just don't think about the character archetypes that Willow's supposed to be good, Drew's supposed to be good. It's a soap opera. Soaps are gonna soap. So Drew kissed Willow, and then soon after he went and kissed her mother. So you can see that he wasn't as into the kiss. He didn't put his arms around Nina, and he just kind of awkwardly kissed her, knowing that he didn't just tongue down her daughter. And so Nina's like tasting her daughter's spit. So okay, in the members live, I was a lot more graphic because it was funny. But I'm gonna be a little more tame here. But it was awful that Drew is such a sleaze that he didn't just tell Nina no, knowing that he had just kissed her daughter. But this also means that Sasha not only knows that Nina and Drew have been hooking up, but she also knows that Drew and Willow kissed. So she's got all the secrets. She's got all of the secrets, and she doesn't know what to do about it. Um, so we're going to move on to something else that happened at the 4th of July party for Drew. Portia confronted Laura because she does not want Heather out of jail. Heather got rid of 5 people and was trying to go after her daughter, and was also trying to go after Laura's grandson, Spencer. And Laura, because the writers don't want her to sort of see reason, is like, well, we're just going to let the law handle it. And so this makes Portia seem very irrational and crazy, because, they even had Liz come in, and Liz took, Laura's side, and Portia just was made to look like super rational. But honestly, if that was your kid who almost passed away because some crazy woman was stalking her, you would also be a little reluctant to have somebody like that coming out of jail after all of the things that she's done. And so we're going to move on to I don't know what's going on with Rebecca Hurst, who plays Liz. These looks on her faces are crazy, you know. And keep in mind that when Liz needs somebody to confide in or talk to, she usually goes to Portia, and then she didn't take Portia's side or say that she's not gonna She's not going to get involved. She's not going to tell her opinion. She should have stayed out of it. But we had a very nice moment with Cody and James before things went left, where James asked Cody if he could be his brother, not realizing Cody's actually his uncle. So this led to Cody telling Mac the truth, and Mac did not take it very well. But we're going to get into that a little later. Because now that the truth was out, Cody went on ahead and told Maxie, who couldn't understand why Cody wouldn't want Mac as a father because he's such a great father, and he's a great character. So, and he's been there for Maxie and all her faults and all the things she's done, and she knows he's a great dad. And Mac also tells Felicia the truth, who is sort of confused because they're both like, well, why is he saying it now? Does he need a kidney? What's going on? Does he want some money? What was happening? Because from Felicia's point of view, even though she says that, it could be true, she can't see why Cody would lie at this point. She knows she took that other paternity test. Also at the party, we had another moment that was good for the storyline. Curtis made Michael and Nina have a truce if they're all going to be working together. And he's like, we all got to be in the same room together. So you can't just keep running out the room because one or the other one is in it. So Michael and Nina call a truce. The next day, Drew and Willow reaffirmed that, the kiss was a mistake. It's never going to happen again. Over time, they'll forget about it, whatever. She loved Michael, he loves Michael as an uncle. And, they try to leave it at that. But soaps are going to soap. So, that Drew and Willow are probably going to eventually get in bed together. And they're definitely going to kiss again. But my prediction is, and it's not going to happen until like November sweeps or close to November sweeps, because I feel like the scandal will erupt during November sweeps when he's on the campaign trail and, he needs voters to vote for him. But when voters find out that, he's getting it on with mother and daughter, that's going to be the thing that ruins his campaign, ruins his reputation, and causes him not to become a congressman, because if he became a congressman, he would have to move to DC, which means the character will leave the show. And since there's no signs of Drew leaving the show, despite, his deal for the movies that he's going to be doing, and he's hosting a talk show, I have not seen anything about him leaving. So I think during November sweeps, we'll get Willow and Drew actually getting together, having an affair, and then either Michael or Nina or both are going to catch them in bed together, maybe even Sasha. So we'll see what happens. And maybe even Sasha will snitch to Michael, and then he'll go looking for Drew and Willow, and both him and Nina will find them in bed together. But that's way off. It's July, and I think that's the kind of things that's going to be happening in November. We once again get Felicia trying to figure out, well, I did a second paternity test from an independent place, and I can't understand, how that could be wrong. And, Maxie is trying to rationalize with her. I don't know what happened. So it's good that Sasha came in and came clean and let Felicia know, well, I overheard you during the talk show segment. And so I switched Cody's hair with my hair. And that's why the results said that, there was no DNA match. And she was just trying to give Cody more time to come clean on his own. Another thing that happened was Sonny came to see Ava, and he was determined to confront her about wanting full custody of Avery. And just when things really started to get heated, John showed up and pretty much diffused the situation. And what I liked about the situation was that I feel like Ava and John have great chemistry. I think they're a good looking couple. I think this is my new ship. I want John with Ava because FBI agents come to the show all the time talking about they're going back to Quantico or whatever. And then for whatever reason they end up staying. I mean, it happens all the time in just hospital. So I know the actor is not on contract yet, but I definitely will want to see more of John and Ava. And definitely, he could definitely be her protector, especially since Ava has gone on ahead and told the doctor she knows what he's doing and she wants to give Sonny a placebo, meaning no medicine, just a sugar pill. So that because when she was talking with her lawyer, Scott, he said the only way she's gonna get Avery is if Sonny offs somebody in public or he has a major, breakdown in public. So now she's orchestrating Sonny having this major breakdown. And we know that he sees his son Morgan early August. So I feel like that's it's probably going to happen after sweeps, which ends on July 24th. So I think that this will definitely lead to add to Sonny's breakdown. We're going to move on to Sasha snitches to Cody because this show can't go a week without somebody snitching. So so Sasha snitches to Cody, but she does keep Nina secret. So she only tells Cody about the kiss. And I didn't like the scene because I felt like the actor that plays Cody was not really into the scene. I don't know if he was still trying to play off of, he's still thinking about Mac's rejection, but he was so nonchalant in the scene, like he didn't even want to be there, that I just started fast forwarding because if he don't care, I don't care. But, Felicia had a great conversation with Cody and Max had a great conversation with Mac. And they came up with a scheme to get the two of them together so they could talk. And I thought Mac was going to be the one who dismisses Cody, but Cody was just as stubborn as Mac. And basically, he didn't want anything to do with Mac if Mac didn't want anything to do with him. So, and I'm going to talk about that as the last plot point of the show of what I think about the whole Mac and Cody situation. But we're going to jump right back into Portia. Portia going to Jordan, saying she wants to recall Laura as mayor, if that's what it takes to stop her from trying to get Heather released. And Jordan doesn't seem to care that she would be mayor if Laura was kicked out, which makes sense because Jordan doesn't seem to care about that job. She was ready to go back to the police department. And even though deputy mayor is a more prestigious and higher paying job, but this show doesn't know what to do with Jordan. They don't, so it's really nothing going on here other than them making Portia look crazy. And the one scene that made Laura look crazy is because Heather was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do I don't know what I'm gonna do if I get released. Leave me in here. I bumped off 5 people. I'm fine where I'm at. And so Laura was looking crazy because Heather's like, let me stay in here. And then they brought in another person to be on the, okay, let's free Heather crusade. And ironically, it's Portia's daughter, Trina, who was the target of Heather's craziness. Now, I do want to say, I want to stop here. I just want to say that Laura and Heather were never like the best of friends. They knew each other, but Heather, even before the hip replacement, the melatonin, melatosis, whatever it is, Heather was still, you know, getting rid of people in mental institutions and doing all sorts of crazy stuff. So this is before the hip replacement. So Heather was crazy, or doing very villainous things way before she had a hip replacement. When she was young, it wasn't just all seductions. She was, trying to get rid of people after that. I mean, before that. So the fact that Laura has memory loss that Heather before the hip replacement was out of control is just bad writing. Bad writing. They should have let Scott or somebody or another lawyer, step in and take Heather's case instead of making Laura the one who's crusading for it. Because it makes Portia look crazy that everybody is coming around to the idea of Heather being free. Meanwhile, Portia's in tears and arguing with Curtis over him not telling her that he went to see Heather because he lets her know that Heather said, she doesn't want to be free. So she don't have to worry about Laura, you know, because Heather doesn't want to leave. So this allows them to enjoy that evening together that Trina put together for them. And they end smiling, happy, and dancing. So that was at the very end of the episode. So I was actually happy that they were able to communicate and come to a point where they could enjoy each other's company, enjoy the evening, and not let Heather just like ruin it. Another thing that happened, which I think is like totally insane, is Anna lets Jason know that she wants to get the evidence against Valentine on her own, and she doesn't want Jason anywhere near. And we know, and Jason knows that she slept with Valentine last time they were together, and she's in love with Valentine, and his whole future is based on her. So I thought it was stupid that Jason didn't protest more or just go ahead and do it anyway and surveil the place like he did before. Because what happened? Before you knew it, we had Anna when she finally uh, had time with Valentine. She's once again cozying up to him. They're eating dinner, drinking, and the spoilers for this coming week says, Anna is so torn, blah, blah, blah. And so it's like, she didn't like the idea that Jason was out there the whole time when she spent the night with Valentine and knew that they had you know, got busy and they were doing it all night. And, she found out he was there. So she's like, mm-mm, I don't want him knowing, we over here hunching when I'm supposed to be helping him get free of the FBI. And another scene that happened was uh, it was really stupid to me. Liz lets Jason know that Jake is going to a school in Barcelona. So that so the whole thing is all these years, Jason never really gets close to any of his kids. Jason stays away from his kids. And just when I think they're going to do a storyline where Jason is bonding with one of his kids, Jake, they sent him to Barcelona, Spain. That made no sense to me. Also, uh, I'm sure Liz knew that Jason would offer to pay for it because you're like, I don't know, I'm gonna get some loans. I know you're a multimillionaire and that you could pay for this easily, but I'm gonna get loans and put myself and my family further in debt. That made no sense to me whatsoever. So I don't know what's going on with Liz. They just don't know how to write her anymore. And hopefully when Lucky come in, things will turn around. But there's no chemistry between Jason and Liz. So with Lucky coming back, I have no hopes that Jason and Liz will get back together. I know that if they try, they do have chemistry because I used to like Jason and Liz together. But now I'm just ready for Lucky to hurry up and come so that Liz can go in a new direction. I know they won't get together right away, but it will happen. So now we're also going to move on to the things that I fast forwarded because I just didn't care about certain things. that were going on in the show. As soon as I saw certain characters, I was like, nope. And that was anything involving Christina, Blaze, and Brooklyn was an instant fast forward. I kind of listened a little bit to see what was going on, and then I fast forwarded as fast as I could. I also fast forwarded past Brooklyn and Chase. Now that Finn is gone and they don't have that drama, they're just boring to me. They were boring to me during that, but at least, I was enjoying Chase and all of his array of emotions as an actor, really chewing up the scenery. But I don't think they really know what they want to do with Brooklyn and Chase, especially during sweep. So yeah, I didn't care about none of that. Quick fast forward. Also, what I fast forwarded from is Alexis and Sonny. I didn't care. I did see the part where Alexis said, if they asked me about, your work, I'm not going to lie. And he still wants her to be his lawyer when he can just go to Diane, who don't care about his work. So he went through the whole week trying to find character witnesses for the custody battle, and I didn't care because I'm ready for the storyline to move on. I'm ready for the whole bipolar storyline to come to an end. Hopefully, early August, he'll get the right medication. But for now, anything dealing with Sonny trying to get people on his side for the case, all of that is a fast forward for me. And I want to end with talking about Mac being stubborn. This is the perfect picture for that because none of this makes sense to me. It's like watching writers force something to happen. It doesn't really need to happen. So they're forcing drama for July sweeps. So Mac wanted desperately, which Felicia reminds him, for Cody to be his son. He doesn't have any biological kids. Maxie reminded him she's done all sorts of crazy stuff, worse than Cody, lies worse than Cody, and he forgave her and was there the whole time. But now his son actually comes clean and says, "Hey, I'm your son. I want you to know that that it's true. Clearly, Cody was reaching out to Mac and wanted Mac to be his father and for them to start a relationship." And I think I would have enjoyed more Cody being and Mac being joyous that Cody was his son and that he's integrating as part of the family. All of this stubbornness about Mac, doesn't want anything to do with his son because it's a total lie makes no sense to me, especially since he's been surrounded by liars since the 80s. I mean, he was friends with Luke for goodness sake. So his brother's a spy or was a spy, you know. So him and his Aztec princess, they'd had a lot of adventures, and just this whole stubborn streak of Mac not wanting to have Cody as a son because he feels like Cody lied to him and didn't want him as a father, although he told him that. Now, let me fix this storyline right now. I am a writer, and if I had written this storyline, Cody has had the real DNA results, in his pocket or wherever. He was keeping them handy for a long time. It would have been funny, or it would have been a better storyline if that paperwork had fell out of his pocket, or Mac, around a stable stumbled upon it and saw the results that, hey, you're actually my son, and then confronted Cody like, you lied to me. You actually are my son. Then the storyline would have made sense. The fact that Cody came clean first and now Mac is being stubborn makes no sense to me. But once again, if I was writing it, I would have had Mac somehow, some way find out the truth, overhear him and Sasha at the stables talking about whether or not he should tell Mac he's his real dad, that he lied to him, and then Mac is just standing there looking dumbfounded, like, what did you just say? That would make Mac's anger and stubbornness make so much more sense than Cody deciding to be honest, and now Mac doesn't want anything to do with him because now he wants to be honest, and prior he told a lie. So let me know in the comment section what you think about this and all these stories, and especially what they're doing to Portia, making her look crazy when all she's trying to do is protect her daughter from somebody who was, hooking a bunch of people with a poison hook. So, if under any circumstance, if that was your kid, would you be cool with Heather coming out? And we know Heather is going to be released. So I really want Heather to act the fool when she's out because I want Laura to look stupid. But that is, maybe she kidnapped the baby, Spencer's kid Ace, which was rumored way before they made her a regular person on the show. So thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.